This video is part 2 of 4 of a series on how to make fight scenes. From my experience, I'll be giving you the basic tools you need so you can go out and shoot a fucking sick fight scene. I've broken the process down into 4 stages, or the 4 P's, which are prep, practice, performance and post. If you haven't watched the first video in the series, I'll leave a link on screen and in the description, so go watch that video first, then come back and watch this. Before your actors perform the fight you choreographed, you need to get together with them beforehand, preferably before the shoot, and walk them through the choreography, take on any suggestions and make appropriate changes. This is so you can hit the ground running when you turn up on set, so you just quickly go through the choreography and then get the scene shot. This is called previs and it's very important, but since we only had a lunchtime to shoot it, we didn't have time for it, which wasn't ideal and it didn't leave a lot of room for experimentation or new ideas. Here are 11 tips for practicing with your actors so you can help make them better fighters for the screen. 1. Before you begin practicing, you need to make sure your actors are at a safe distance from each other, usually about arm's length. This is to reduce the risk of them hitting each other. You do not want your talent to get hurt. 2. Reaction is key. Even if your actor throws the perfect punch, if the other actor doesn't react correctly, the illusion of the fight is lost and you'll all look stupid. If your actor is throwing a hook or anything that goes across the face, once the limb in question goes across the nose, that is when they should start to react. Oh, shit. For straight blows, it's important that your actors get a feel for when to react, and you get this through practice. 3. Speed is very important, which you also get through practice. I see a lot of fight scenes that look terrible because they're so sluggish, and I've made the same mistake before. You can't just rely on speed ramping in post to save you. You need to get it right now. 4. Practice! You'll get speed, precision and better reactions through lots and lots of practice. By practicing you'll find that what worked in your head may not necessarily work for the actors, and you have to be willing to adjust the choreography accordingly to improve the fight. Through practice you'll see which parts of the choreography are problematic, and you can tweak the choreography and give improvements and pointers to your actors. It's really important that you and your actors do your job and don't just rely on camera work and editing to salvage the fight later. 5. Rhythm is very important to fight choreography because it's pretty much just a violent dance. You can help your actors with rhythm by just counting out in a regular musical fashion while they're practicing. This is so the rhythm sort of gets ingrained in their heads, so when they fight, the rhythm is there. This rhythm needs to be maintained in the edit. 6. Your actors should exaggerate all their movements. This is counterintuitive to fighters because when you fight, you don't want your movements to be very telegraphing so you can land more hits. However, it's very important that you do it here because it gives the other actor time to react and it also looks better on the camera. In a fight scene, the two actors should be working together, not against each other as it would seem. 7. It's important that your actors recover quickly after getting hit, unless it's the knockout blow, so they can react to anything else their partner throws. In real life, the knockout punch is always the punch they don't see coming, and this applies to fight choreography as well. You do not want one of your actors getting knocked out by the other because they didn't see a punch coming. 8. Communicate with your actors. Sometimes moves won't work due to unrealistic expectations of the actors, and it's fine if they can't do the move, just tweak it so they can. Be open to suggestions, because a movement that didn't seem natural to you might seem natural to your actors, and if your actors are doing what feels natural to them, they'll perform a lot better. When practicing the example fight, we tweak some moves to make the movements feel more natural for the actors, and also because we're extremely pressed for time. Sometimes your choreography may not work out practically, but your actors can always bring suggestions to help solve those problems. 9. Unless you're going for a realistic boxing fight, your actors keeping a really tight guard isn't that important. You'll see in a lot of martial arts films that actors will have a very loose guard so they can react to what other actors throw at them quickly. 10. Get your actors to grunt. Fight grunts make the fight a million times more believable because nobody fights completely silent. Go crazy, it's always entertaining to see some war cries in fight scenes. And although you do look really stupid when you're filming, it just adds so much to the fight later on. 11. Continuity. Continuity is very important because if it doesn't flow well from one section to the next, the fight will feel very segmented and the illusion of the fight will be broken. This is a problem we had on one of my old fight scenes. We were in a field and we didn't have any markers to mark our position, so the continuity is all over the place, and I think this really brought down the fight as a whole. But there's a continuity error in your example. Fuck! Now I know there is a continuity error in our example, which isn't the best, but I'm human, I made a mistake. And those are my tips for shooting a fight scene. Be sure to implement them the next time you shoot one. Please like and share this video with your friends if you enjoyed it, subscribe to this channel, follow me on the Instagram @JimSlout, and I'll see you King A-Tags later. Cheers. We got 30s and 100 rounds too.